For my birthday weekend, Nick and I went to Disney World without the kids for the first time in over 8 years. We went on all the grown-up rides, stayed in grown-up accommodations, and ate lots of grown-up food and drinks. But for my big birthday dinner, I wanted an elevated, high-end adult experience. So I chose the multi-course French dinner at Monsieur Paul. Monsieur Paul is located in the French Pavilion at Epcot. The added layer for me is always my dietary restrictions as a gluten-free, dairy-free, and pescatarian diner. Now, Disney is great at handling food allergies, but Monsieur Paul, like many of the dining locations in Epcot, isn't a Disney-owned restaurant, so they don't automatically have the same level of allergen safety protocols, and you can't contact them in advance by emailing the special diets email at Disney. So we just noted my restrictions in our reservation and hoped for the best. But since we were in Epcot earlier that day exploring the Festival of the Arts, I decided to stop by the adjoining restaurant, Le Chefs de France. And the staff graciously made a note about my needs, and they attached it to the reservation and promised they would run it upstairs to the Monsieur Paul staff when they opened later. Now, Monsieur Paul has been closed for almost 2 years, and just recently they reopened with some new menu changes. Namely, that there is no longer an a la carte menu, and all diners participate in a multi-course French gastronomic experience. The restaurant's also now only permitting guests ages 10 and up, which is new and made this truly the special place to go for a grown-up evening. It is recommended that you plan at least 2 hours for this meal, but ours ended up being 3 hours long. I did not feel great that day, but with a $100 cancellation fee, I was determined to show up for that reservation. Starting with complimentary champagne and an Amuse Bouche.
Even though I haven't been feeling great all day, I mustered the strength to come. And Nick was talking about food and what you might order off the menu, and I was feeling like, oh no, stop talking about food. I feel yuck. But then they brought out this delicious food and convinced me to eat it all. And I'm eating it all.
I had the same tomato olive tapenade amuse that Laura had, but then I also had a tuna with a pesto that was really incredible. They're both actually quite and equally good, but the tuna was like so buttery and soft and smooth. It was really good.
Is your bouche amused?
It seems that way.
Bouche means mouth.
Oh, whatever.
I feel like it did its job. Like, my taste buds are awake now. We've removed Nick from the table. No, we just removed him from the shot because he's eating something that we don't typically eat, especially around the kids. We don't eat certain things at home, and some of that is to support Asher in his diet as he's gluten and dairy free. We've all chosen to do that, but there's some things that Nick will eat when he's on a business trip. Some of the food he chose tonight does have dairy in it. He said it's okay. I'll have some dairy, and it might make my tummy hurt a little bit, but I'm choosing that. I know that I don't have a significant reaction. So every once in a while he will be getting things that don't fit our diet, and I will not feature him because he asked not to be. I didn't ban him from the video. But I am having a butternut squash soup with chestnuts. They're roasted chestnuts, and then they poured the butternut over the top. It's a lovely soup. Those chestnuts are sweet. You could tell as they were pouring it. They had a very strong butternut aroma coming off of it. It was just really nice. So we have talked through the menu. The chef came out and was telling us which of the items could be made gluten-free or were already automatically gluten-free or dairy-free. And there were a couple of courses that had not a whole lot for us. For example, the fish course, both of the kind of regular fishes, the fishes that make this face. Those are the fishes I eat. And both of those had either gluten or dairy in them. And so he said I could get the scallops, but I don't eat shellfish. So Nick does. But when the kids aren't around. But so the more we looked through all the options, we figured out I'd actually do better to stick to the vegan menu. And so tonight, everything I'm eating is fully vegan, not just gluten-free, dairy-free. It's gluten-free, vegan. I don't feel like I'm missing out, but Nick is raving about the things he's eating. So maybe I'm missing out, but it's delicious. So I don't know any better. And I'm really happy. I mean, especially since I mentioned how I haven't been feeling great today. So I think fresh things, vegan things, will probably settle in my stomach better. Well, it's nice because it's not like a white bread.
Right.
It almost seems like a whole wheat. I'm excited to try my vegetables because they look beautiful.
You have the same little leaves on your plate that I have in my cocktail.
Nick has a Saint Germain cocktail, and they're the same beautiful petals. But Nick ordered the snapper
with the potato scales and the butternut squash puree.
Yeah, so the puree that is on his snapper is the same as the soup that was my last course.
This is, to be clear, this is not dairy-free, but I'm accepting that, and I'm eating it because it looks beautiful. But Laura's is gluten-free, dairy-free. And she just made audible noise.
It has some nice roasty veggie flavors, but the star is the mushrooms. I love mushrooms. They are beautiful and roasty. It's very well seasoned. I love salt.
So what's in it?
That is a really good question. It's very, very, very finely diced, so it's hard to tell what the base is that they formed into this little ring. But you can tell that there are carrots and zucchini and onions, and that's about as much as I can tell. But it's a little diced vegetable base topped with roasted mushrooms and some snow peas and carrots. And the mushrooms are almost meaty. That one just melted. I love it. They're announcing the fireworks soon, right out the window.
30 minutes.
I'm getting excited. This is going to be the best seat in the house. I think they actually gave us the best table. We're at the very end of the restaurant, and this window is at a diagonal, looking right out at the water. It's delicious. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you very much.
That's not Gusto. Gusto only has 3 stars. I'm wondering how I can extract this sorbet from the brandy because I don't think I'll feel well if I drink all this brandy.
I'll knock it all out.
You're gonna take one for the team.
I'm distinctly tipsy right now.
Oh no. So
Before this.
they gave us champagne to start off the meal, and Nick ordered himself a cocktail.
And I have another glass of wine coming.
And he has another glass of wine coming, and then they brought us these brandy things. Y'all, I think my husband's gonna be kind of useless tonight. Woo!
But there's no gluten in it.
There's no gluten. No gluten, no dairy, just pear sorbet and pear brandy. That was crazy. They stick bottles all over trees so that the pears grow inside the bottles. I need to Google this. I want to see a picture. It's very French. the fireworks start in 1 minute.
1 minute.
So we need to taste our appetizers so we can watch. No.
Entrees?
We need to taste.
Meat course?
Your knife is upside down.
Oh, the fire is out.
Oh. Okay. Aww. Okay. So mine is a cauliflower puree that has almonds and butternut seeds and little tiny roasted cauliflowers sticking out of it like little purple trees that someone took so much time and care to make this beautiful, beautiful dish. That one's not my favorite.
I don't know.
This is fine. There's something almost sweet about it that's a little off-putting. It's a little better.
May I?
Maybe I got a weird bite to start. But
Tastes like a cookie.
I know, I don't know why it tastes like a cookie. But I've been smelling cookie and I was like, well, that must be from something else.
He said it's with the vanilla.
Oh, it's the vanilla in it. That's what it is. I remember I saw someone else eat this and they said the same thing. Like, that is strange. Yeah, I don't like that. It's okay because I'm super full and don't need to eat anything else, but I don't like the vanilla in it. It's okay. I wasn't gonna eat more than 2 bites anyway because I'm so full. Yeah, I'm gonna squish it up so they don't feel bad. And I gotta go because Moana's singing and the fire. Well, it's not fireworks yet; it's water, but it's right out the window. So gotta go. Bye. There is a tree right in front of the window, but I think whenever the fireworks go off, we'll have a great view over the tree. So Nick asked that the cheese course be goat cheese because that is a little easier to digest, lower in casein. So they have 1 goat cheese on the menu today out of the 4 cheeses that they offer. And so they gave him 3 servings of the goat cheese. And then to fix it up, we have a couple of grapes and some fig preserves. And they brought gluten-free rolls so we can add it to the roll if we like. Maybe I'll have some fig jam and a roll. I am so full. I got this dress to wear on our Virgin Voyages cruise in June because they always have Scarlet Night and you have to wear red. But if I keep eating these 8-course French dinners, I will not fit in this dress come June. And I think this pole right here is so, you can just hang on it when you have too much food. Because I feel like I need a little support right now. They gave us a digestif.
It's meant to help digest everything.
Mm-hmm. These are Nick's final little goodbye course. After the dessert, you get a little mini post-dessert, and it includes a macaron, what did they say the other one was? A financier? And a caramel. They're all 3 gluten-free, but they are not dairy-free. So they said for me, it's impossible. But I understand that, and that is okay. I will take a little sip of this.
Thank you very much.
This is so sweet. Just really lovely and warm. It's not overly biting. It doesn't have, it doesn't taste like it has strong alcohol in it. It tastes like a French high-end version of a sweet wine, which, from our background is like Manischewitz, but good. Excuse me. But this is port. It's port.
To me, it tastes like port.
It does. But I find port to be very heavy in alcohol content, and this doesn't feel that way. It may come back and hit me hard later.
Drink of the night. So
10th and 11th, you're not drinking mine. So, also worth mentioning, I don't know that this is going to be true forever, but right now, for a vegan menu, they are only charging $65 a person, and the regular cost per person for an adult is, which I'm confused because I thought it was an adults-only restaurant, but I saw a few children here. But the full price is $195. So for a vegan to come eat for $65 is quite the deal. I mean, there were like 3 cocktails in there. We made it to the very, very end. I did tell Nick to tip our server based off of the full adult price, because I feel like having dietary restrictions, I am more work for the server, not less. So I so appreciate that they discount a vegan menu, but I want to make sure we give a full tip to servers because the service was excellent. So thank you, Julian. And I'm kind of excited because it's 10:01 and Epcot is officially closed, and we get to walk back to our hotel. It's going to kind of be a ghost town, and I think that's kind of special. So I'm excited to walk home in a little bit of a private experience in the park as we leave. Thanks for coming along on this amazing, delicious, beautiful, a little bit tipsy night. Good night, guys.
We shut down the restaurant. Now, Monsieur Paul says that the French gastronomic meal is devoted to the art of eating and drinking well. And I can confidently say we did that. It was a truly extravagant dining experience and the perfect way to spend my birthday. I hope you guys are finding ways to celebrate this week and that you like and subscribe so you can follow us along on the rest of our grown-up weekend at Disney. I think up next is a tour of our honeymoon suite at the boardwalk. No, we're not honeymooners, but we're 2 adults with no kids. So come join us so you can learn more about that. And we will see you next time, travelers. Au revoir.